Okay, here's everything that we're using to replace our starter. We got our brand new starter. This is a brand new replacement so that we don't need to return our core. This one here is actually kind of busted up, so I don't think they'll even accept it as a core. So here's all the tools. We got our 3/8 ratchet, a 14 millimeter and a 12 millimeter socket, a long extension because you got to reach pretty far to get the 14 millimeter bolt from the top of the starter, and then the 12 millimeter nut that is connecting the electrical wire, and then a 10 millimeter wrench or socket to get let's see, well, we got to remove the battery to get that out of the way, and then there's plastic cover underneath the vehicle. This is actually really helpful. I got this, these retail I think about $99 from Craftsman, and actually I found it online for less than $50. But this little power tool actually makes removing all the 10 millimeter fasteners pretty quick and easy. And then we need to make room by removing the oil filter. So this is a little oil filter clamp wrench that we're going to use to take that off, and that about does it. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this job. Right now we are working on removing the starter from our 98 Corolla. It is right down here in the front of the vehicle under the intake manifold. This one is really banged up because it was getting beaten on to try to make it work. So yeah, it totally died out. Now we're going to replace it. So to access it, first you're going to have to remove the battery, which if you click on the link on the left of the screen, you can see how to do that. And then that will give you access to go onto the side of the engine and reach the top bolt for the starter. If you reach under the throttle body, you can actually feel the bolt, and then you can guide your extension and your socket into place, which is going to be a 14 millimeter socket and a pretty long extension so you can get access. This is a wobble extension, so it has a little free play, so it makes it easier to get a ratchet connected to it. So let me get that and we'll loosen it. Okay, so when you're going in to get that top nut or bolt, like I said, you will find it if you reach below the throttle body here, and once you use your extension, your socket to line up. It might be a little tricky, but it'll just take a little patience to get it lined up. Alright, there we go. Then get our ratchet on it. Ooh, that thing's on there tight. There we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this bolt out, and then the rest we're going to do from the bottom, including disconnecting the electrical connections and removing the other mounting bolt. Alright, there's the bolt. Now we're going to go to the bottom. Okay, so now we're underneath the vehicle, and we removed the plastic cover here to get a better view, and we also took off the oil filter because that gives us a little more room. Now you can see everything. This is the lower mounting bolt, another 14 millimeter bolt, and then there is this cap that you just peel back, and there's a 12 millimeter nut that you remove the cable from, and then right next to it is an electrical connector that you just squeeze the tab and you just pop it out like that. That's really easy. And then, so we're going to go ahead and take off the electrical connections first before we do the mounting bolt. So I'll use an extension and a 12mm socket, and yeah, using a long extension is a good idea. There we go. There we go. So now we got the electrical connections out of the way, and we can do the lower mounting bolt and get this starter out of here. Yeah, you can see it's loose now. There we go. There's our other bolt. There we go. Getting the oil filter out actually gives you room to get the starter out. There it is. The original Toyota starter. Alright, here is our old starter, original. These are the electrical connections that you need to remove. This one is where there's a little squeeze connector. You'll pull it out from there. And then this is the 12mm nut right here that's going to be connecting the cable to the starter. And yeah, basically this one is a brand new replacement, and this one is junk. Oh, it was just, what it was doing is it was just clicking. It wasn't connecting at all. No matter how many times you banged on it, it still wouldn't connect. So it was completely shot. That's why we put in a new one. Alright, now we're pushing our starter back up into place. You have to wiggle it around, twist it around past all these hoses. Be careful for this oil pressure sensor connector. And then you're going to have to tip it at the right angle to get it to go back into its position. Let's see. It kind of was catching on the radiator hose, so watch out for that. There we go. Okay, then you have to wiggle it a little to get it to go into position. There we go. test, so I got a ways to go. Okay, so now it's important to get the position of your wires correct. First I'll plug in the little small wire, and then when you get the cable into position, you might make sure you get it into the right position, because it'll only fit this way. Then you can get your nut in there. Where'd the ratchet go? Oh. Alright, so snug that down. Pop the cap over it. That's connected firmly. Alright, now we gotta go on top and get the upper mounting bolt. Okay, so now we're putting in our upper mounting bolt. I didn't completely tighten the lower one because I might have to wiggle the starter around in order to get this to line up. So I'm gonna reach in and put that in so I can feel by hand, so I can feel that it's threading. There we go. So it's going in there. And now I can get my extension to Alright, so now I got the top one tight. Now I'll go back and tighten up the lower one. We're going to go back and tighten our lower bolt. And then if you need help with putting the battery back in, you can click the link on the left. And that'll show you the battery removal and installation video.